Hello, everyone, and it is the amazing Miss Marilyn on her gorgeous chat. You look beautiful.
Hello. Thank you.
Just thought I'd let you know that you look very much like an amazing mom.
Well, an hour ago, I was laying in bed and you called me. You're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm laying here like a slug,
Right? Well, I
crying
had to,
on my pillow."
I know that we have the amazing degraded daughters in the chat.
Hi.
We have
Oh my god.
helicopter,
She's so
PTS
amazing.
for life,
Hi. Hi, Jess.
inappropriate heifer,
Oh, it's about to get real with her up in the
right?
chat.
Absolutely. See
Hi.
ya.
Hello.
Joel
Oh,
McCoyne. And if
McCoy.
I missed anybody, I do apologize. I do have a patch on. If you have a question about the patch, just let me know. It is not Pirate Day, although that is mighty funny. Our pirates, you know. But no, it is not Pirate Day. My neuralgia is acting up, and so my eye is bleeding. So we're doing everything that we can to limit the amount of light that gets to it because it'll continue swelling and getting worse.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Well,
But I do know that we will have another guest that will be joining us shortly because she's got a lot to say. We have a tattoo warrior just came.
hey, you're a pirate. Oh, inappropriate have said, just a comment, you look badass. That's exactly what I said. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry about that,
I'm
man.
glad everybody thinks that I look like a badass because I do try. I do try because uh, that brings me to an amazing topic. Uh, Trying. The reason that I come on here a lot, everybody, is because I had shit parents. I had shit parents. I grew up in a cult, and I'm gonna come on here and say, hey, if someone wants to come for the second gens, you're more than welcome to go to my chat. I've been hearing a lot about the Discord. Yes, Kelly, thank you so much. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not going to condone it, but you know what? It's freedom of speech. But here's the thing, if I need to sit there and prove every single abuse that I've ever had, I'll gladly do it. I'll take a picture of every scar that I've got because my back is covered in them. I will take a picture of my arms and I will let you guys know exactly just how bad this thing is. But at the same time, the idea that anybody is going to ask us to go through, oh, are you sure that let's say Kelly, for example, the idea that she needs to prove when she was 6 years old that, her parents said that she was suppressive. I promise you, shit like that happened all the time. I can't tell you how many kids were told that they were suppressive, and it didn't matter that they were 6. Because I know a girl, her name was Echo. She was told that she was suppressive by her parents because her mom was sick. Well, she was 3 years old. She was tiny. She was a tiny little thing, but she really believed it. So she went into massive auditing. And, you know, SPTV Tattoo Warrior, I don't have to let them free speech on me. Stay in your lane, Discord. That's right. Stay in your lane. If you guys want to talk in Discord, more power to you. But once you start coming for the people that we love, we stand up together. And this is why I don't spend time on social media. Discord is purely toxic. Yeah, the idea that you're going to try to talk crap about Aaron, that's disgusting. You're going to let someone in your chat that is obviously very toxic. Michelle, you started this, and I will say it. Michelle Carpenter, you started this. You run Discord. It is about time that I do apologize. But I will say that it's about time that she cleans up her mess. Stop having your hate or the hate and discord spread all over. Like it's about time that it stopped. Own it. That's the number one thing I can say. But if someone has a problem with me, yeah, my doggos agree. You're more than welcome to come to my chat. More than welcome. I will gladly have a conversation with anybody. You want to do it live? I will do it live. You want to see what it was like for us to be bull baited? You want to see what it was like for us kids to have to be screamed at to the point of we were hysterically crying and told to get our TRs in? No problem. No problem. You know, a friend of mine used to say, you mess with the bull and you get the horns. Well, it's time that the horns came out. So anything that anybody wants to say, and stop messaging Marilyn privately. I keep seeing her look down at her phone. So, and her face keeps changing with every text message that comes in. Quit sending nasty messages to her phone. It's disgusting. It is absolutely appalling that someone would think that it is okay to say some of the things that you guys are saying. Now, I'm not mentioning any names, but realistically, if someone's got a problem, they're more than welcome to come for me. Ready for me to click her in? Are you ready? Okay. Are you okay? Do you need tissue?
I probably will.
Okay. Here
Okay,
we
right
go.
now.
Hello. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, Nora.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
Right?
I'm better now.
Hey, first of all, this is some bullshit. Okay. Like, yeah. Liz and I were talking about this. I just got off work. I literally got home, changed my clothes, jumped on the live here. Are we just starting, or did I miss a whole bunch?
You didn't miss a whole bunch. Realistically, we just started, and we're letting Miss Marilyn know that we have her back 1000%. And this Discord there's a time and a place for all nastiness, and it is time that place be, if they want to do things on the down under, not mentioning names, that's fine. You're more than welcome to.
No. Hey, Kelly, first of all, I love you, Liz. You're always the most polite out of all of us. Okay. So I'm going to let Liz remain because she's got one eye, guys. So she's disabled today. And
I am.
Love you,
and
Liz.
here's, and I love Liz so much. Here's the situation. I'm not going to be polite about this. Okay. Because here's the deal. Let's just rewind the clock here for a minute. When we all, 7 years ago, Aaron, Serge, and I had lunch at a fancy pants place in Malibu just before I left to move here to Oregon. And we were discussing all things Scientology. Aaron wasn't even out. This is just before, even before, actually it's longer than 7 years ago. It was probably like 9 years ago. Before Aftermath aired, before all that stuff, we had a secret confabulation because don't mind the noise. I'm downstairs, guys, instead of upstairs. My wife is still working. And so my oldest is really noisily doing dishes. So I apologize. Anyway,
Doing dishes.
so
Hey, we got a kid doing dishes.
Hey,
yeah.
I got a kid doing dishes. So we met up, we did this thing, and we talked about what we could do. And Aaron was like, we got to do the YouTubes. We got to do that thing. And at that time, hello, Toby. Toby wants to let you know that this is not cool either, Marilyn. This is,
I know.
he's our service dog here, and he comes to give
Beautiful.
loves. Hi, Tobers. Yes, that's a good boy.
Very
you.
perceptive, aren't they?
Yeah, oh no, totally. And so Aaron launched his channel, right? And so he's been going solo basically like the whole time. Like I had a few videos out there. They just sat there in the ether. And then the Aftermath show launched, that kind of like pushed things going. But Aaron has been doing this, from day one on his own, going. Then Mark and Claire came along and they started doing this Monday night, meetup. And you, as part of this quote unquote never in crowd, meaning never in Scientology, okay, started this after the show, the never ends, right? Just to give everybody like a background here. And it was the Monday night SPTV where that was crowned. The four of them, Mike, Mark, Claire, and Aaron, would do a show, and they'd do like funny stuff. They would do like a recap of what had happened in the week and all this kind of stuff. And then you and Denver Stevo and Juliana and Michelle Carpenter would like do
No,
this.
Clearwater Chad. It wasn't Michelle.
Clearwater Chad. Michelle wasn't
Mhm.
there. Thank you for correcting me. So
Yeah.
Clearwater Chad, you guys would do this like never end show where you would do like a recap and you guys would talk about other things and all this stuff. And it was, and I'll be honest with you, at first I was like, I don't get it, but I appreciate the fandom. And frankly, you're the only person that I know of, and I stand to be corrected, just like I was just then, that I know of in the never end crowd, specifically those guys who have their own channel and things like that, who is also a survivor of a cult, right? So your story and love of us as individuals comes from a completely different experience, right? Because you also survived horrific things that are, and this is what people don't understand. There are so many documentaries and television shows, and cults are like the thing right now. Like if you didn't grow up in a cult, people are probably going to start making up that they grew up in a cult to be cool, because like it's the thing now. Like everybody has a cult story apparently. But when you grow up in a cult or you're involved in a cult, they all have similar through lines. Unfortunately, we all experienced so much similar trauma, right? And then to have people outside of that look at you as an object, right, of curiosity. Like now you're in a museum, you're on display in a window, like you're not a real person, is horrifically hard, because then you feel this need to over explain, to try and prove everything, to do all this stuff, right? So you understand us in a way that most people can't, because you went through your own things, Marilyn, right? And that no one, you survived so much, Marilyn. You survived so many things, and you are so unbelievably strong and amazing and kind and loving. Okay, you are just so brilliant. Okay, and then things started getting a little weird, because what happens in these spaces, whether it's YouTube, it's TikTok, it's Instagram, and this is what I try to explain to my kids all the time, it is people forget that we are real. We're humans, right? And some people let this get to their brain, that it is more than real life, right? And that this fame is important. And they start picking sides, and they start wanting to, like, be this climber or something. And somehow it becomes a show. My life has never been a show. I try to make my stories funny. I've always peppered things with humor. That's just me. That's my style. When Aaron talked to me, he specifically said, I want you to come back and tell things your way. Like that was the point of SPTV. Everybody could tell their stories in their own style. Like Liz and I together, we have a banter, but we tell our stories totally differently. And we worked in the same place, but we have a different style. So now, guys, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. So now Denver Stevo, Juliana, Clearwater Chad was the first peg to fall in that universe. And now this newcomer, Michelle Bittencourt, or Juliana Bittencourt, I combined two people's names, Michelle Carpenter, have decided to flip the switch, even so much so that Clearwater Chad is now befriended, Tony. And they have, for some reason, Michelle Bittencourt, without contacting me, without contacting Aaron, without contacting any SPTV creator, made a Discord server for some reason and put all of us in separate threads, and just is letting this Discord server run wild. And now, the Bajumbas on this Discord server have created a universe of their own, where they've created a narrative that nothing we've said has ever existed. And we don't have any proof of our trauma. I have medical records, guys. I've got receipts,
Yeah, I've got scars. I've got lots and lots of scars.
Physically. I have diagnoses.
Emotionally.
But here's the deal. I don't have to go into all that. right? And neither do you, Marilyn, and neither do you, Liz, and neither does anyone else speaking out, because all you have to do is read L. Ron Hubbard's works to see what's fucked up about it. It's not a stretch. Okay.
Yeah.
But the fact that for whatever reason, this group of people, and I invite any one of them, I don't have, and like I said to Liz on the way here, I don't have a moderator on my channel. Like, I'm connected to this stream right now. So if y'all want to come on my channel right now and you want to start some shit, I invite Denver, Steve-O, and Juliana and Michelle and Clearwater. You want to come at me? You want to talk to me about shit? Let's do it. Let's do a face-to-face. Let's bring it on. I will talk. Ask me anything. I'm an open book. I do not care. But when somebody like Marilyn is kind enough I've never asked Marilyn for anything. I've never asked her like, hey, shit's wild out there. Could you have my back? Could you say something kind about me? Could you have I ever done that, Marilyn? Have I ever asked you for any, like,
Absolutely
Marilyn
not.
no, but Marilyn's doing this because she's an amazing human, because she actually cares about people. Right. And so I'm here right now because I care that people are fucking with Marilyn, and it's not cool with me that people would try to get fame or get clicks or get some sort of like pleasure on the internet or otherwise by harming Marilyn. Like, this doesn't even, out of all of us out here speaking out, like, Marilyn is the kindest, like, nicest person.
You didn't see my stream yesterday. I went full mental.
And that's okay.
I went
if you go full mental. That's totally okay.
And I have
you go full nuclear. How bad is that? Like, did you even cuss?
I swore so bad I didn't even bother to monetize that stream.
I didn't see that one. I'd have to witness you.
And I put screenshots up, and let me just say one thing is that I was a cult kid. I was abused.
Yeah.
I can take a lot of abuse, but you know what got me out of the cult? He says, Mama Bear here. They started abusing my kids. My 7-year-old was deemed a Jezebel, 7 years old, and exercised exorcisms. And it still took me 2 years to get out of the cult. And not only am I a second gen of my cult, I'm also one of those moms, one of those people, one of those people that could be still in. I could still be in. And that's why I'm here, because my heart goes out to you, second gens. I love you guys. Like, you're like my internet kids. Yeah. So when people come for you guys, when one of those a-holes from Discord came up, and I just want to clarify something right now, because I got people in my comments just minutes ago, in my fucking comments on one of my videos, saying, oh, thank you so-and-so for clarifying, because Marilyn's dragging us all through the mud. No, I'm talking about the 3 admins. Okay, the buck stops there. Okay, yeah. Michelle Carpenter. I've got some receipts of her saying that OSA is doing that Aaron is doing OSA's job for them. I got a screenshot. I can fucking show it to you. I got a screenshot from the other night. Pete Jensen, drunk and in one of the chats, slurring his keyboard, where he showed up drunk on one of my streams.
What?
Yeah. Watch my video. It's only a half hour. You can speed me up to Chipmunk. Okay?
That's insane.
I got the receipts. I showed just from 3 nights ago. I showed a screenshot of him saying, "Hey guys, love you all. I'm going to bed, but just so you know, I'm going to make a Aaron hate channel, and I'll be sure to invite you all." And so I got people in my chat right now in my comments from yesterday saying, "Oh, you're dragging them through the mud. Discord's a lovely place. I get so much from there. We're all smart and intelligent." I have people in my fucking inbox today mansplaining me about basically how dumb I am and how smart they are in Discord. No, I only know of one ex-Scientologist in the Discord, honestly. And Chris Shelton, who says that he has nothing to do with Discord, or nothing to do with SPTV. He's not SPTV, wants nothing to do with it.
Oh, but he's in there.
He's in the SPTV Discord.
I'm gonna jump.
Alex, Apostate Alex and
Oh,
Juliana
Apostate
Cohen.
Alex jumped in there. Okay.
Apostate,
So-
apostate. Yeah, let's have a discussion.
So
Which
I
one you
have
want to do
access
first?
to the Discord unless they booted me out. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone here in a second.
And Juliana
just-
Cohen's in there, and they're basically, stroking her ego.
Oh,
and,
I'm sure they are. First of all,
poor
Chris Shelton, who I've commented back and forth with, is a known TERF. He tries to pretend like he's like, oh, I love gay people. He and I have a friendship. Like, first of all, we did not know each other in the Sea Org. He was at a middle management org known as the FOLO, Flag Organization Liaison Office, which is a total bunch of bullshit. Nobody respected them at all. It was just bullshit. Like the guys who were at like the big blue level middle management were like, those guys are a fucking joke. We don't give a shit. It was just like this no man's land of executives who couldn't go to INT because they all knew something was wrong with them. Like people were like, but they worked really hard and they would do what they were told, right? So Chris was a good little soldier. And he was a good little soldier. He did all of the missions. He put on the little chain and the stolen valor thing. And he was all about Scientology, right? Just do it. So much so, he has fully admitted that he got declared. He was still in love with his ex-wife, and he was going to do the steps to get back into Scientology so he could be with her. And the only reason he started speaking out and wrote a book about Scientology and claims to be an expert, about Scientology on the internet, and has a fake psychology degree where they granted him his speaking out time as credits. Oh, good. Yeah, balloons.
Congratulations.
Yeah, woohoo! But basically,
birthday.
that's as much celebration as he should get for this degree in psychology. Is some bullshit internet thing. Okay, he what was I saying? He started speaking out because they said no matter what he did, even if he did all the steps you have to do, he was on the last step, by the way, to get back into Scientology. The woman contacted him and was like, even if you become a Scientologist again, I don't want to be with you. And then he was like, well, fuck you, Scientology. And then he started speaking out because this woman said, I reject you. Because they told her the truth. Even if he finished A to E, he's still a degraded being because, as Liz and I know, every ex-Sea Org member is a degraded being for life. Forever. That's what's written. It doesn't matter. Even if you go back into the Sea Org, you're still a piece of shit. So he was never going to be back in anybody's good graces. Never, ever. Right? And so that's the only reason he started speaking out. He still is like, if somebody told him right now, here's a heap of money for all your trouble, and we're going to give you back like all your certs, your certificates, and we're going to let you do all these Scientological things, he would do it. He's like Marty Rathbun.
Right?
He's
So
Marty-
is Alex.
So no,
Certificate for
Alex
what?
is a fraud.
It's not.
Alex
It's a
is a
non-thing.
I know. Alex is a
Non-thing.
fraud. The guy was in Scientology for 8 months because he thought it might be cool. And then the officer inside the organization that's in charge of legal affairs, the one that is actually like sometimes an actual lawyer, was like, you're cuckoo cuckoo. You're like single white femaling us. You need to leave here and don't ever come back. If the director of special affairs thinks you're wackadoo, that's
You got to be pretty wackadoo for them to be like, you know what? We can't even use you scrubbing our trash cans. You've got to be some serious something.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
That's
We were
not
scrubbing trash cans as kids.
That's not a usual thing. They thought he was so much of a threat legally because they thought that he was like, MI6, or he was some sort of like complete insane person that was there to infiltrate and like cause massive harm. They got him out of there. And that's what he did with SPTV.
Can I put something up?
Yeah, go for it.
Just because I want to explain something. So this is SPTV tattoo. Hey Barb, thank you so much for the super chat. you all know that there is no quote having to prove anything, right? Just like we ignore ZDT, there is no discussion about any of this horseshit if we don't engage. We only empower them when we allow them space in our community. No, thank you. And she wrote a couple other things of like, why are we talking about this? Why are we engaging? And I just want to explain this to you, Barb, and to other people. I've kept silent about it. And I was friendly with some of these people. And I want to say I'm still friends with Clearwater Chad. That thing with ZDT, I can explain to you later. It was a very feeble effort to try to get the attention off of me and on to him. It backfired.
He's still doing his weird parody stuff where
Yeah,
he's
he
like
does.
talking
Yeah.
shit about Aaron. He's so weird. Like
Yeah.
it just makes him seem unstable.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It's not funny. And
No,
it's
I know.
very confusing. And I'm like,
know.
I
But
don't.
he's never done anything to me or said anything. Like
Okay.
he just says the silly parody because
I
Aaron.
will say he did give me a funny nickname. Like the fact that
What's your nickname?
Liz Gale and I are called lizards.
No.
We're lizards.
All right.
Because
Deal's
you guys
off.
are the
off.
Liz's.
Okay.
Yep. So we're the lizards. I heard that the other day, and I thought that was because I was called lizard as a kid because I used to lick everything. I should have known I was gay, but I used to lick all the things when I was a kid, like poles, everything. And then one of my neighbors started calling me lizard. And as soon as she called me lizard, it stuck with the whole neighborhood. So I had lizard for a nickname for 4 years.
Which server is this happening on? Because like I'm in there now.
There's just an SPT, and you know what? Everything.
Well, there's like 100 in other. There's a ton of them. So
there's like general chats. There was one for Goldie. There was one for Aaron. The Flactor math. There was a bunch of them. So they as soon as anybody starts speaking up, like Aaron about the Discord, they all scatter like cockroaches and they delete a bunch of shit. But guess what? I got some screenshots. So
yeah, so they delete them.
Good luck with that. And then they start talking about silly stuff. But they're all experts on Scientology. Just want to let you know they're all experts. Somebody wrote a 13 paragraph mansplaination that was a bunch of word salad on. Okay, I want to explain this to Barb and anyone who's listening, why I spoke out about this yesterday, why I went a little mental and nuclear yesterday, because they could stay in Discord and do whatever they want. It's free speech. But when you come on our comments, when you come for Kelly, when you come for anybody else on here, my mama bear is going to come out. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You ladies and all of you second gens went through absolute torture. So don't tell me, and this whole thing of 13 paragraphs, can't you say it in 3? I mean, I don't give a fuck.
How about just not say it? If it requires 13 paragraphs, if I've got 13 paragraphs to text message, I'm not sending them. I'm giving you a call.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I feel like, you know what? This is done in public. You can stay in Discord and do all your little underworld shit down there. But if you come out here in the real world and you start saying public stuff on a public forum, you're going to get called out. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. So I've been getting, ex-friends, going to my current friends and saying, what's Marilyn's problem? What's my problem? You're my problem because you're coming for the second gens and I'm not going for it. And if you're like, oh, I like Discord, that's fine. You can, I don't care.
You can absolutely like Discord, but just be mindful.
I'll be honest. I mean, I said this to Liz. I don't understand Discord. It gives me a migraine. I don't like its layout, right? Like my kids are on Discord constantly. I don't get it as a thing. It just seems like the old chat rooms.
Not every Discord is like the SBTV Discord. That's what I'm talking about. No,
I know, but Discord in general, just the layout of it and stuff, like it drives me bonkers because it feels very unorganized. It feels very all over the place. I don't like Reddit either for the same reason. It's just like, like I can't. I prefer this. I'm a talker. I like talking. I like being able to see who I'm talking to. I don't even like Twitter anymore, X, whatever the hell it's called. I don't like all this stuff, but it's like, here's the other thing. Okay. Like I said, at the top of the hour here, all these people, Juliana, Michelle, Denver, Stevo, you're invited. Come and chat to my face. Like, leave Marilyn out of it. She is not my agent. She is not our representative. She is not, the name speaks for itself. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But also Discord it has a dual meaning. Like it's a double entendre. It could be we're having a Discord, and it's also a fucked up mess. So it's
Yeah.
both.
Well, in the
but I'm just saying,
in the church, it was
you know.
you're sowing discord amongst the brethren.
Right. So it has that dual meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I think it's just, you know, for some reason, this confusion comes in because, like, this has happened for years. Aaron, because we've been friends for almost 30 years, will say something that somebody doesn't like. Someone out there in the ether doesn't like what he said about something random, right? And I'll get a text message. Did you see what Aaron said about blah? And I'm like, I don't know. What did he say? And then they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not his mom. I'm not his wife. We're just friends. Like, talk to fucking Aaron. Like, I'm not in charge of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't always agree
yeah.
with everything every single one of my friends
Right.
says or thinks. Go
Yeah.
talk to the person that you're having a disagreement with. Don't come tell me about your disagreement. You know, like, it's okay and it's also, that's the whole point. Like, we have forgotten how to have an opinion that's different than somebody else's and just ponder it. And then what I tell my 15-year-old all the time, sometimes these things are inside voices, and then we could just keep them inside and think about it. And maybe it's not a gem.
Maybe it's not the best idea to post it in a public forum.
Yeah.
But either which way, you know, I will gladly do that. Yes, I am yes, I am nice. I calm down. I think rationally. I'm in therapy, people. But you know what? I would love to release some of my ridiculously bent up anger issues. So, you know, if you want to continue, you know, I see that in the chat, I can't see much anybody because I've got some very bad vision right now. But at the same time,
I said, we just dragged our carcasses to this freaking, you know, live. Like,
yes.
I was in bed crying on my
because,
pillow. She can't see. And you just kind of came in from work and was like, here I am.
I came in from work. I put a hat on because my hair is crazy. I had a beanie on. I was working outside, and now we're snow. It's starting to snow. So yeah, we're having a snowstorm here, guys.
But we're having a moment because, you know, honestly, if someone has something to say, they're more than welcome to bring it to my attention. When it comes to my chat, I am the first one to say, if you have a question, a comment, a concern, just write those letters and I will address it. If you have mental health issues, you know, or you feel alone, say the word pineapple and I will come to your aid. I talk about a lot of different things. You know, yes, pineapple has multiple different meanings, but it also has the most amazing tasty fruit.
Down.
It's correct.
I'm not saying
upside down pineapple.
There's no upside down pineapple.
Even
it's
I know
literally
that,
just pineapple. You know, because I really want people to understand that I'm not going to judge someone. Yeah. I'm not going to judge someone for their opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one.
Very true.
But at the same time, I'm not going to stand there while someone is belittling Marilyn while they're trying to hurt her feelings. And all she's doing is standing up for us. It's deplorable.
Can you put this comment up, Liz? This comment from Sharon Gregg up. I don't know. I can't put it up. So it says, I'm confused. I thought Denver Steve-O was your friend. Has he been talking bad about you, Marilyn? Do I need to unsubscribe from him?
No, don't unsubscribe from anyone.
And that's what I was going to say. Here's the deal.
No, absolutely not.
And again, this isn't about unsubscribing. This isn't like, oh, now we want all these guys canceled.
No, we're not canceling anybody.
I'm not saying that either. This is the internet. This is YouTube. There's only, like, everyone's entitled to their own.
Steve-O and I have very different ideas about things. You know, we've had our personal issues. I don't want to bring into here, but my issue is now he's acting like a little minion for Mike, Mark, and Claire, mostly Mike, and just sowing discord. I don't think he's even in the Discord, so he's not in that conversation. He just happened to be on the screen yesterday when I went a little nuts, and I mentioned it because Yeah, he has done a video about me while I was helping him in StreamYard. I've been trying to keep his name out of it. We really tried to work things out, and now he's telling everybody that he left SPTV because of me. Now he's back on the scene and just just throwing little darts. So I'm naming names now. I'm sorry, it
Yeah.
was there on the screen, and I get I get shit for not saying anything and taking it. I get shit for alluding to something and not naming names. I get shit for not naming names. I'm naming names. Here I am. How do you
Yeah,
like
and
me now? I'm
honestly,
sorry.
and I will tell you sorry, everybody, we're, since she's getting her titties out, we'll get my guns out.
I told you to bring your boobs to the gun show. I said,
Well, I
didn't
would,
get-
but
I
I
didn't
didn't
get
want
the
to sit here
memo.
in a bloody tank top, or didn't want to sit here
I'm
in a
just
sports bra
displaying
being
all
like,
my
hey, do you have
flannels. That's all
boobies?
I'm doing. I'm just showing off my flannels. I don't know what's got you in a tizzy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, but at
My
the
wife
same
thinks I'm
time,
trying to get a new wife. I'm not. This is actually her shit. I'm just showing it off.
that works. That works. But honestly, and I will say this with every breath I say, you know what? Sometimes, if someone wants to say that exposing the truth is drama, well, I'm sorry. It's not called drama. It's called exposing the truth so it can stop. It's literally that bloody simple, because we literally, we sit here and we expose what we've been through, so that way we can potentially stop someone from putting their child through the exact same mess.
Exactly.
We expose our lives because we want to tell people, fuck, hey, if you went through this in the 80s and the 90s at Pac Base, at Flag Land Base, at any of the bases, guess what? You have people and friends that give a flying fuck about you. We would do anything for each other.
Yeah.
This
And
is a
as
game.
Marilyn
Yeah.
said, though, we're all moms. We're all have kids. We're all raising kids, right? We're all here protecting kids. And as Serge has emphasized, Serge is on Aaron's channel right now. We're cutting across Serge. I'm sorry. I love you, Serge. And he
love you very much, Mr.
He confronted
Mr.
the lawyer today. The RTC lawyer is so fucking brilliant. Anyway, Serge has been saying from day one, it's about the kids. It's about not letting any more kids in Scientology. You left your cult, Marilyn, to save your kids. I never let my kids touch Scientology. I was like, punching it away, not letting my mom talk about it. I didn't let my, ex-husband's mom talk about it with the kids. So I get it. It's like, that's the mama bear thing. I'm here for it because it's like, it's been so important to talk about this aspect of it, which is, I understand this. There's been this huge divide, and a lot of people don't understand the divide amongst the SPTV community, that like, what happened? Why did everybody break up? Why can't we all just get along? And here's I'll just give it like a tiny squeeze here on this. Okay. And I'm not going to comment on the aftermath or anything else because, first of all, I was never formally involved in the aftermath. So I don't know all the details of that. But I can say this, okay? What I've been fighting for years, what Serge has been fighting for years, and what Aaron's been trying to do for years as second gens is to expose the horrors of growing up and being like enslaved by Scientology as a young child, being forced to work for them, being just, thrown in there by your parents and just forgotten, just kind of like sold to them, if you will. And then when you leave, what happens in the aftermath of that? What happens afterwards? Mm-hmm. Now, Mike, Mark, and Claire are also Mike Rinder, also a second gen. His daughter, who's, being disgusting to him on TikTok and all the places, is a third gen Scientologist. Okay. So Mike, Mark, and Claire are also second gen Scientologists, but they don't go after it in the same way. Specifically, Mike and Claire, because of their positions that they held in Scientology, have access to knowledge that I didn't have just because I never got promoted as high as they were, to a lot of the crimes that took place. Mike, I hate to break the news to everybody, he is, Mr. Nice Guy on the television show, and, you know, has done a lot in real life. I'm going to give him that in this life after leaving to tell the stories of people who have been brave enough to tell those stories. Okay. But inside the church, and you can see it in the BBC documentary, you can see it in the other documentaries that were made, he was the head of the Office of Special Affairs. He was confronting reporters and screaming in their face. He was, you know, running the gamut. But when he talks about Scientology, he talks about it as if that wasn't him. Like he's pulling a Shaggy.
Like a different person.
Like, oh, that wasn't me, you know? And for me, that's just a bunch of bullshit. Like, it's not, everybody has to go through their own journey to confront and be able to tell the things that they were a part of and tell the things that they know. Legally, I don't know what Mike can and can't tell, I'll be honest, because some of that shit is shady as fuck and probably illegal. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be 100%
I'll be 100%. A lot of it's probably illegal. I don't know the statute of limitations on those things. I'm not a lawyer. But he should still get with law enforcement on the proper channels and turn over the evidence that he has and do something with that. Claire is the same Z's. She's a mom. She's also fighting for her kids. I have mad respect for that. However, asterisk, she was 2 steps below David Miscavige. Everybody wants to point the finger at David Miscavige. No, I'm not celebrating him. He's a fucking asshole. You know, but he's not the only guy. He gave the orders. You know, he's the Hitler to the Joseph Goebbels. Okay. There's a lot of Joseph Goebbels in the church. Marty was one. Claire was another one. There were a lot of other ones though, because Claire wasn't the only RTC rep that held a very high post. There was many that are still there. Claire is just one that left. Right. But it's like when we come at her with these stories of what happened to these kids and the RPFing of children and the SA of children and the pedophiles in there. And it's just like, oh, I don't know. She knows because she was running the programs that were handling these guys and doing the other things. So it's frustrating when the truth about those things doesn't come out and that it's like a persona that's playing out that doesn't, you know, tell the whole truth. And I understand again,
it is like the mafia. Kelly's
exactly.
Right. Like
and it's just, and the thing about it is like, yes, you have to do it in the right way. You have to tell the story and attack it all in the right way. This is why the TikTok situation is fucking working, because it isn't about one person getting money or fame from doing it. It is literally standing outside of these fakakta buildings and saying, hey, sir, ma'am, that's a cult. You don't want to go in there.
You want to avoid it. Stay away.
Avoid it. And the second part of that is to tell those people working there, hey, Joe, because I've been streaming, your auntie saw this stream and she was telling me a story. She sent me an email. I'm going to read to you this email that your auntie sent me. And it says, and then show them the pictures from their former life. I found your Insta from before you joined. Look how happy you were. Remember, who's this person in the picture? Like that stuff has I cannot tell you the impact of that has on people inside a cult when they see the before times, and that makes them remember that they had a life before and people from their before life actually care about them. That is the biggest thing that can happen for them. But as far as all this division and whatever, this happens every like 5 years or so in the ex-Scientology community. It comes and goes in waves. Everybody is kumbaya, and then everybody's like, go fuck yourself. And then everybody comes back together, and then it happens again. This is just how ex-Scientology goes, because we have been fucked up. We get very suspicious of each other. A lot of people haven't gone to therapy, specifically those people I was talking about earlier. And so when the people who haven't gone to therapy start trying to do stuff, get together with the people who have gone to therapy and have done a lot of work, it gets frustrating. So it just doesn't go well together, guys. So it's not, and this was my other part of my problem. When we start talking, as Marilyn's experienced, I've experienced, Liz's experienced, people come out of the woodwork, not other exes, but just wackadoos on the internet that want to come
Armchair,
at you.
yeah, armchair quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah, I
And they
love
want
it,
to
you know?
attack you. They want to try and dox you. They want to try and hurt you, and your mental health goes down and everything else. The Aftermath doesn't have a standby psychiatrist in every state to help us that can be like, hey, I got you, boo. Call me. Let's do a video therapy session. They don't have that. They didn't have 50 therapists on standby for us. They didn't have a lawyer who could practice in multiple states that could go after these guys litigation. They didn't have a PR wing that could just be like, I got you. We're going to hit the socials. We're going to do the things. Blah, 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 blah. That's what a foundation that's supporting exes, in my personal opinion, should be doing. If we're being asked to be out here and do all this shit, then I need some help. I'm just a mom trying to be like, hey, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doo. Like, you know, I'm sitting here in my living room right now on my couch. I don't have a studio. You know?
I don't have a studio. You're literally looking at a room.
This is just the guest room.
Right? Exactly. So it's just like, these are the things for me, if we're putting together something that is, you know, going to help people get out of Scientology, help them get on their feet, it should also be helping us out here who are then getting in the shitter after all this stuff, because it takes a toll. It takes a toll, you know?
It does. I know for me personally, it's, you know, I find out my dad's alive, and it's that touching story where you're like, I can have my dad again, but then he still believes in Scientology. Or does he still believe in Scientology? Why won't they let me see him? Why won't they let me talk to him? But at the same time, I'm still out here every single day, even through the, you know, the crap, the crud, the best that we can do. And we're doing it in our own way. But if someone has something to say, they can honestly, you know, they can say it. You know, this chat is completely open.
No, they'll wait until, you know, the trolls will wait until after and say something in the comments, or they'll go to my channel or something like that. But I want to address a couple of things and see what you ladies think about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about quote drama, like the accusations and I would call them thought stopping cliches. Like, you know, don't let Scientology win. You know, you're going against the cause. Keep your eye on the prize. No shade on you, Jane. This is actually a good point. I wonder if Osa loves this. I hear that all the time. Don't let Osa win. Don't give Osa any. It's like the devil. It's like the devil. Don't give the devil a foothold. You know why? Because then I couldn't think my own thoughts. It's like, are we really, you know, all this fasting and starving and people going insane? Is this right? The devil is lying to you. Oh, don't give Osa any foothold. Don't give like, I feel the devil is Osa and Osa's the devil. It's like, don't use these thought-stopping cliches to shut you up. And that's why yesterday I didn't even realize, I forgot it was Martin Luther King Day, but I was just like, don't shut up. Oh no, Nora, don't shut up. Liz Ferris, don't shut up. It was don't shut up, don't shut up, don't shut up, because everyone's telling you to shut up, and they can shut the fuck up. And if they want to come in to the public forum and start mansplaining 13 paragraphs, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get your response, and this is the response. I'm not threatening anybody.
And you know what?
Here's subscribe to anybody. I'm just saying, you know, we have a right to speak. We have a right to reply.
Ugh. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my
100%.
2 cents. It's going to be a little long-winded, and we're going to say this first of all. One, don't call us Osa. Don't call any second generation Osa, because for us, and I'm not saying anyone said that. For us, it's like when you go to Germany and someone calls a person Hitler. That's how it feels to us. Like you're calling us Hitler, because it was scared as fucking shit of that goddamn word, or them coming after us, or them destroying us.
Yeah.
So for us, that's a disgusting word. And if Osa wants to see our faces, well, minus my one eye, you are more than welcome to see this beautiful face. I'm telling you, look at it. Take a good look. It's the child you fucked up.
Yeah.
So if Osa's going to come for us, then fucking bring it. I'm to a point where I'm just like, God damn it, bring it. Let's see those doors close. It's about time Scientology got a whiff of what was actually happening. You know what? You're not growing in the millions of numbers. You're not clearing the fucking planet. No, you're not a suitcase. Because if you prick us, do we not fucking bleed? It's not a suitcase. You know, we're not just a spiritual floating entity that just sits around our head and, you know, sings Kumbaya. We're literally human beings that bleed. But at the same time, if Osa wants to come, I'm to the point, bring it. You took my dad, you destroyed my mom, you made me live in squalor. You led me to believe that my life was worth nothing if I wasn't saving the fucking planet. It's okay if I'm not eating. It's okay that you feel lethargic or you're going to pass out, because we're saving the planet while living on rice and beans. It's okay that we don't get paid enough money to even be able to afford a brand new pair of pants. You know, it's totally okay that we had to sit there on our $47 and try to figure out a fucking budget to get deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, and pray to God that someone in our room didn't start using it or stealing it. Yeah, this was a great life to live, Osa. You're more than welcome to come after me. I got more. I've got lots of them. And yes, I remember every single celebrity story. And Juliette Lewis, just in case you ever do watch this, you're a jackass.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see that? Speaking of that, just circling back to what you just said, Liz, did you see what Serge said to the RTC lawyer?
Yeah.
When he
Why did he
looked
take
that
his
man dead in the eyes and said, why are you defending a client who took my passport when I was a child? And there's, like, and talking to him about that. And the guy is just like, well, I'm waiting for someone to pick me up. Just like doing like the old man thing with his like little gold plated cane and like stuff. And Serge was like not having it. Like he just kept like repeating the question. And the guy was just like shocked for a second, like the fact that they just pretend they don't know these things, like that it's not happening, that their client is like a total fucking, trafficking criminal. These are the things. This is why this stuff is so important, because we cannot, I think the other thing I said to you on the ride over here is that, like now somebody tried to call Liz Gale, or like somebody had the balls to call Liz Gale a clout chaser because she said she was going to go down to the protest and go and, and film outside the test center. I'm sorry. Liz Gale is a third generation Scientologist. She's written a book. She's working on her second book. I haven't even written a book yet. Okay. Like, that is, I'm going to get a clout chaser shirt made. Okay. Cause like, if that's what it takes to just get the message out, fine. I'm a clout chaser. I don't give two shits. Like, this is so insane. Like, that we're clout chasers now. Like, listen, this is not the clout that I need or wanted in my life. The PTSD, if you want it, you can have it. Like, you want my
you
PTSD,
can have it. You want the nightmares? You're more than welcome to have it.
You want all this other shit? Go for it. I will give it away gladly. Like,
if she's the clout, is she going to chase herself? Exactly.
Right?
Paula.
Hello. Thank you, Paula. I mean, like, seriously, like, Marilyn, did you ever think like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a cult clout chaser? Like,
yeah,
now,
I'm gonna sit there and be like, yeah, it was great to grow up in a cult. It was like
I
Tony
loved
the
it.
Tiger. Great. Yeah, I love the anxiety. I fucking love the fact that I still have issues wearing gray and black together.
I wore that today. It took me 15 years. It took me 15 years to speak out. It took me 15 fucking years. I've been chasing clout since, I've been out for.
I believed until I was 40 fucking years old that they were clearing the planet.
Barely out, guys. Liz is just a baby. She's a
I am not a baby gay. Nice try.
No, not a baby gay. Not that out. I mean, like leaving Scientology.
Correct. I am newly out. I am within 3 years of being out, and I'm under multiple hours of therapy. Well, I should say multiple hundreds of hours.
Liz is doing it right. It took me 16 years to be able to go to a therapist's office, and Liz is already doing therapy. Like, I'm so proud of her. So proud of you.
Because I go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and if you knew all the shit that we went through, you would realize that I watched people get shoved into a tiny room that was no bigger than a fucking closet in New York, and that was their office, and they were not to be disturbed. Let's call this person Gina. She has a famous family. She was sent into a little tiny fucking corner and just cried all day long because nobody could visit her. Nobody could talk to her. And she was sitting in an office being tortured.
Gina, if you're out there, I love
can't
you.
stand this.
I miss you. And we were besties, me and Gina. I loved
That's
her so
hilarious.
much.
Her and I were good friends too.
I can't stand to hear these things. Like, it's just awful, guys.
Yeah, no, it's Marilyn. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna keep it
We're-
PG tonight, Marilyn.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
wanna-
gonna keep it PG. We're
I
not
don't
gonna
want you.
sit there.
I don't want you to. I don't want you to. Too many
It
feels
just breaks
about
my
what happened.
heart.
I know.
It just breaks my fucking heart.
You know, and these things. This is why I'm talking, because when I see the TikToks and I see these young people in there, it makes me furious, because I was that person. I was that person in uniform, you know, marching around, trying to get people in, thinking I was saving the world, you know, and killing myself in the process, you know, like over a long period of time, you know, just thinking I was the bee's knees, you know, and that everybody out there saying bad things, that they were all suppressive, you know, never quite doing the math that, you know, Lafayette says that only 2.5% of the population is suppressive, yet there's so many people that don't like Scientology. So, like,
Right? I'm you
it
know,
doesn't
we just
quite
need to
add
get
up.
it. We need to get it to 100% and not the 2%, because let's be realistic. You know, most times when 2% is used, yes, people, that means primarily white.
Well, first of all, well, it's only white that he was talking about. But let's be honest. I mean, he wrote a flag order, which is like, there's all these different things that he wrote, but specifically flag orders are for the fake Space Navy people. Those were special orders just for them. And so he
Our
wrote a
giant
flag order,
orders.
right, in 1970 called 30 years. And this was a flag order that we used for recruiting all the time. And basically it was his doomsday flag order, that he said basically that the earth would not support the population because of, you know, mass disasters, you know, the sun, blah, 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 that basically the earth was going to be destroyed within 30 years by the year 2000. Okay. Now,
Sounds like my cult.
right. Yeah. So that was his doomsday thing. So, but our job was to beat that timeline by clearing the planet. Now, if you recall, let's just rewind, because it's been 24 years. Hey, we made it since the doomsday prediction. But in the year 2000, in the real world, we also had the Y2K scare. Okay. So everybody was freaking out about Y2K, that in the year 2000, at some point, the world was going to end and all these things were going to happen. First, they thought it was going to happen on New Year's, but like the whole year of 2000 was just like people were panicked, right? So I got RPF'd. I got sent to the work labor camp for kissing a girl in March. Within about a month, we started preparing for this end of world scenario at the Big Blue buildings. We converted the entire basement to a survival shelter. Like, we took rooms down there. It was stocked with food, water. We made a radiation detox station. We were doing drills nightly on the on that whole base, where they would like sound this alarm system. And then all of the Sea Org members would have to come down and get into rows for their organization to line up, like as if, you know, and we set up dorms and everything. We were ready. Now, of course, the RPFers were going to be like the people assigned to go surface side to, you know, check for readings and like, you know, forage and fight. And now people like to say, I know Jackson has disagreed with me vehemently about whether or not the orgs are armed. They absolutely are, because we were basically being assigned different armaments and stuff. So maybe at INT, at the time Jackson was there, they weren't as armed.
They had a
as
shotgun.
they were later. Yeah, but CC, as we know, was armed.
Was massively armed with 45.
Celebrity
38.
Center has arms. The blue buildings have arms. And the other bases have arms. These guys are like, make Waco look like a BB gun rally. Okay. And so then David Miscavige came down, and let me tell you, the executives at the Big Blue buildings were so proud of what they had created, like so proud. They were just stoked. So they're like going to show him all this stuff, you know, look at what we did.
Look at what we built. Oh my God,
then,
we're going to survive.
He gaslights them like, I didn't tell anybody to do this. What is all this
I'm gonna ask.
bullshit? What is all this?
Like
What are we? What are we? PTS to the environment? We're gonna outcreate it. Get rid of it right now. This had taken us over a month to put together.
Disgusting.
The
Yeah.
RPF had to clean it up within like 3 hours. We were up all night, cleaning it up, getting rid of and then who got blamed? Who got blamed? Us on the RPF.
RPFers.
Not the executives who ordered us to do all this shit, but the RPF. Yeah. So it was a total shit show. Even though we were doing it because it came down as an edict from him to be prepared for the end of the world. Like it's just, but that's typical cult leader stuff. Is that you're, 1 minute you're all dying, the next minute you're the salvation, and then you got to go back to dying, and then salvation, dying. I mean, the Jehovah's Witnesses have been waiting for the apocalypse since they started. I mean, when
that was us too.
apocalypse?
We were preppers. Yeah, we were the preppers, and we were waiting for always be ready. But I knew I was going to miss the rapture, get my head chopped off, and end up in headless slum heaven if I made it to heaven.
Right?
If I made it to heaven.
For us, I know a lot of times people talked about it, but we were going to live on rice and beans.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's be real.
There was so much rice and beans, I can't even tell you.
Yeah,
and like
I remember
cans of tomatoes.
Yeah, ridiculous amounts of tomatoes because they're going to mix
Cisco
in
tomato cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And nothing else good. It's nothing nutritious. Like nothing that a human being should live on. There's just the bare necessities.
Well,
and I don't mean to say the simple bare necessities of life. I'm talking about just the bare ass minimum they can get away with. And then, so how it goes let me explain to you what it's like for us to eat or what it was like to eat at Celebrity Center. Executives first, they're the first ones, and they already have their all of the food is nicely put on the table. It is arranged very nicely, and we all sit there and have a good meal, and we're in the corner. Okay. Here's the executive right here. That's this. Hold on. There we go. And then right next to us is another set of executives. Looks like I'm booby grabbing off screen, but I'm not. But we literally, so if the executives are eating first, if we're in a doomsday, who the fuck do you think's going to eat first and who's going to eat last? I promise you, the executives are going to eat first, and then the little peons, the PO3s, PO2s, they're eating last. Yeah, they're eating last. And
everyone
the RPF
who sees the public is
like,
going to eat last because we're supposed to be up with the public, getting money,
distracting them and getting come on, come load us some money. Oh, a celebrity? Who is it? Why haven't you brought him in? Oh, I can help you with that. Or my personal fucking favorite, let me cover up for whatever's going on in your celebrity life. So that way people don't realize that you're just as out ethics as they are. So let's pretend that you did not get that speeding ticket. Let's pretend that you weren't drunk at the beautiful airport. So because it was drunk in an airport. There was
unless you're
loud at a restaurant.
Unless you're Catherine Bell, who got photographed by the paparazzi making out with a woman in Mexico, and then she was canceled as a celebrity. They told her she was on the #1 show on the planet in JAG. Okay.
Yep.
She was on JAG. Her star was going like this. Okay. She gets snapped, making out with a woman on the beach. Okay. She's married to a man at the time. Hot dog. Okay. They pull her in to the president's office. You're no longer a celebrity, Catherine. No soup for you. Like, I'm sorry.
No soup for you.
But she has a call time the next day to go shoot her show, but she's not a celebrity anymore.
Right.
They took her they recalled all of the intro to Scientology films.
Her certs.
They took her out of the film. They re-edited the film, took her out of it, re-sent out all the films to every org on the planet. Okay. And then they told her, you can't be in the celebrity course room with the real celebrities. You have to go to the disgusting regular course room with the people who think they're celebrities. And then we're not even going to give you auditing because you're so degraded. We're going to send you to the word clearer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I met Catherine Bell.
Wow.
Because Then she was assigned to me, and I had to do
Not the
what's
word clearer.
called, right?
Yeah.
Not the word clearer.
No,
And I had
just
to
the
do what's
word clear
called
for hours.
false data stripping on being a lesbian. True story.
Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
So little baby gay me is sitting across from a woman who in real life looks like a painting. Okay. She doesn't look like a human. She's so beautiful.
She's so pretty.
I had palpitations, and I have to ask her repeatedly the question on being a lesbian, what false data do you have? And then so she has to tell me ideas, concepts about being a lesbian, and then we have to like discuss this, and then we have to find the misunderstood word at the bottom of each of these false datums. Like you go, blah, 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 blah. One time she came in and she had to do this scene where she had to cry in the scene, and she was having difficulty crying in the scene. So they put like some stuff in her eyes, and it had like fucked up her eyes. She came in and her eyes were all poofy, and she was like, I can't see, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I could give you an assist. And because I'm trained in that. And she was like, oh, okay. So I gave her a touch assist. Oh God.
Can you pop that one back up? That way when we're done, we can go over
Yeah,
that.
I started it so I can pop it back up.
Yeah, if you want to pop it back up.
Yeah.
Why would she stay after being treated that way? So yeah, here's the situation. So Catherine is in so deep now. She got handled many times on the gayness, on her marriage to her ex-husband.
And now it's
wife,
okay to be gay.
Well, no, here's the deal. Her current wife, she and her current wife left their husbands to be together. Her current wife is a second-gen Scientologist, Brooke, and they are raising their kids together. It's a whole thing. So the church is trying to use them to say,
example,
we love gay people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
they
like
don't let her be out publicly. She's not out with her wife. Like, here's me and my wife and our kids. They don't put her in promotions.
Nope.
Like, here's Catherine and her wife, and here's a healthy Scientology family. They don't put her in the IAS promo for the International Association of Scientologists. I'm sure she's donated millions of dollars to them.
Yeah,
just like
if
Nancy
not like
Cartwright.
half her paycheck.
Yeah. So they are using her and her wife by convincing them that they're okay with it, because her wife is hanging on to the hope that she's going to get to stay in touch with her parents, who are very nice people. Granted, I know them. However, asterisk, they would drop her like a fucking hot hat. The only reason this is being allowed is because her parents are mission holders, Brooks. And so they want the parents to stay in because they need to be collecting that money from Catherine's in-laws. Because let's say Catherine and Brooke were like, well, fuck Scientology. The chances of Brooke's parents, who they've gotten millions with an S money out of, staying is very little, because they would probably be like, well, we want to stay with our grandkids. We want to stay with our daughter. So they would probably leave and they would shut down their mission, which is a moneymaker. Catherine, her family's never been in Scientology. It doesn't really fucking matter.
Nope,
Like,
it's just her.
It's just her. So, and if she started speaking out, like she's on Hallmark, she's on all these fucking like wholesome shit. If the Hallmark Channel people started not liking Scientology, hot dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was
those-
gonna say, hot dog. Let's
We gotta get the Desperate Housewives.
cheer it.
You know what I mean? So it's like she has
Yeah,
a huge
that's great.
following. She's not a minor person, right? She's on things that people follow like enormously. But she's brainwashed. She's blocked me everywhere. She will not listen to anything I have to say. I had secretly one of her co-stars, I don't know who it was because they used a pseudonym and a totally, like one of those whatever emails.
Oh,
they
like
contacted
the
me,
the
Proton Mail or something. They contacted me forever ago because they were worried for her physically, because she wasn't eating, she wasn't taking care of herself. And they were like, how do we get her out of this cult? How can I save her? And so I was like giving this random person, it could have been, an OSA op. I don't fucking know. I was desperately trying to give this person advice on how to like get her out of the cult. I said it's a years long process though. It's not like you can just do an intervention. I mean, you could try it, but it would be impossible because at this point she's not going to leave Brooke. She's not going to leave Brooke. She's not going to do any of that. But I can tell you, and Liz can tell you from experience, both she and Brooke are experiencing all the time auditing that is telling them how they should change, how they should not be gay, how they should choose something else, how, you know, their lives could be easier if they weren't.
So in other words, it's called gay conversion therapy, but they call it auditing. So they're going to sit there and try to say that the reason that you have gay thoughts is primarily because, you know, oh, you had a misunderstanding of what a parent was. Right. You had a misunderstanding of what love means because
or you were a man in your last life and now you're a woman, and so you're still attracted to women.
Yep. And so it's literally going to be like the stupidest thing where you're sitting there and you're divulging. Yeah, I find a woman's boobies very, very, very sexy and smooth. I like doing the smushy face kiss. You know, you can't. Yes, Stephen, you can't pray the gay away. It's literally, but they will. They sit there and they want you to believe that you can wake up ungay. Well, guess what? No amount of torture has made Nora ungay.
I tried to wake up ungay every day on the RPF.
Gay as long as you pay. Here's a little rhyme.
Basically, I mean,
as long as you're shelling out money and you're donating, and now you can't be one of those minor donators, everybody.
Oh no.
Because just the common gay that maybe has an extra $20 is not going to be okay with this religion or church or fool fuckery.
Church. Yeah.
The Lord.
You've got to be one of those, you know, gays.
I have an uncle that
do the good tipping. No, not like the $25 that the random $100, $200 people.
No.
So that you can donate $100,000 to $500,000. Because if you're not in that bracket of donating the $500,000, you know, the stuff that makes us poor gays go, then they do not give a flying fuck about you.
Yeah.
But only when you're donating the millions of dollars will they pretend that your gayness is okay. But here's the trick. They do not want, in order to get auditing in San Francisco, when my mother first started, we were, she was at San Francisco org. And where was your dad?
My dad was also there. San Francisco org.
Okay.
He was a Davis guy.
My mom and her dad were at the exact same org facility in San Francisco. There was a gay couple that worked there. The trick was they could get no auditing. They could participate in Scientology as long as they are not currently participating as the gay. So no fornication station, no yippity doodah skippity skip screw. You know, it's literally
that's no fun.
You cannot be a practicing gay person, and that means any type of gay, holding hands, kissing, cuddling.
Why? I mean, why be gay or why be straight or why be anything and be in a relationship with another person if you're just like, hi. Like, I mean, that's
like, we can't cuddle because we're going into auditing tomorrow. Oh my God, you cannot kiss me. We're going into training tomorrow.
No. Personally, I have a very high sex drive. That's not for me. That's not.
Yeah, it would not work. It would not work for us either.
I love my wife. We're good in that department. That's not for me.
I'm a gay dinosaur. I lick a lot of puss.
Liz.
She's probably going to kill me for that.
Liz is a self-admitted ex-whore train. What did you call yourself? The hoe train?
The hoe train. I was on the hoe train.
You were on the hoe train. Yeah. I didn't do that. I hopped on the caboose and then I detached it from the train. That's what I did.
Yeah, because you fell in love with the first one. That's so dangerous to fall in love with the first person. I showed you
I posted my TikTok. It's that little thing that was like, what kind of lesbian are you? And literally TikTok called me out. Mary's the first person you fall in love with.
Yeah, I would hate to see what TikTok found me. It probably dated like way too many people. Yeah. But
that's right.
Yes,
That's
love
right.
is love. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, purple, pink, orange. I don't care what it is. Any so-called religion isn't going to tell you what goes on in your bedroom. It's none of their motherfucking business.
Anybody's
But I will
business.
tell you, if you keep coming for our mama, because some of us,
No.
and I'll be the first one to testify. I had a shit mom. We're barely working on our relationship. And barely I will always love her, but I do not like her.
You're piecing that back together like somebody got a set of Legos and just like dumped it out on the freeway while they were driving 95, and you're just picked up like the first 10 pieces and are like, I don't know what puzzle this is. We'll see.
We'll just try to add it together. But
that's
I don't have a good, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, Marilyn has been there for me 1000%. I can call her and say, hey, look at what happened to my eye. And she goes, here, let me give you a word. Let's just do it precisely. Okay. Newty boo.
You're gonna make me cry.
Yep.
What is happening in the
Okay.
chat? Something happened with the word Klondike and something else. What is going on?
I have no idea.
And just let it have fun.
I
So I
see.
sent her a picture of my eye, the same one I sent you, Nora.
Okay.
And then, so my eye's bleeding. Oh my God, did someone poke you in the eye? No. Does it hurt? I really hope you're okay. Then I called her. I explained it to her. But honestly, she was more feeling, and I hope you're okay, that any of us ever got in a normal situation. My mom asked me, what hospital are you going to? And I was like, no, we're trying to figure this out. And then she's like, you okay? I was like, I'm okay so far. Good. That was it. Not, I hope you feel better. Not, I'm listening. Not, hey, if you need anything, good. But not good.
Well, there's a lack of compassion, obviously.
Yeah, we don't have, most Scientologists are not compassionate.
You called me and yelled at me for not calling you. You found out on the internet that I was upset.
I found out on the internet that people were coming after you originally, and I know that we're going through a lot. I'm not going to deny it. Carrie and I are going through a lot. We're doing the best that we can. We're also trying to fundraise with Miss Nora here, so that way we can get to LA and join the protest with the Tiki Talkers.
If we can do it, that would be amazing. But I mean, listen, as I said in our group chat when we were talking about it, it's not about Johnny Meyer. Don't worry, you didn't offend me. I was just like, I didn't understand, but then I read the joke. I got it. That was it's a pun and it's a dessert, so I'm here for it. But then obviously,
what did I miss? Pun and dessert.
It's the Wild West over at Nora's chat.
It's the Wild West, and that's fine because I don't have a moderator. So, and that's fine. And people can, people can say whatever they want, and I'm here for it. It's totally okay. It was a joke. But there was a word used that's not culturally correct for Northern First Peoples. It's the older term, like Eskimo. So First Peoples up there because there's many different tribes of First Peoples. I don't even know what word would replace that, to be honest. But it was a cutesy joke that turned into a dessert. So I get it. And it was the punchline is hilarious because it's a pun and a dessert. But
now I got to go check it out later.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
I just want to make a point. Can I just make a point here? Thank you,
Marilyn.
so much,
did you see this?
What?
You see this comment here? You are the mom we all needed and wanted. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely the mom that I needed, and you're absolutely the mom that I wanted.
I want to be the mom that I needed too. So that's the thing is that I didn't, I lost my mom at 5, and I didn't really have much of a mom. She tried, my adopted mom, very ill person, but she tried. But I feel like we can mom ourselves, we can mom each other, and believe me, I ask my kids, you're gonna be like, stop momming me, stop momming me.
Never,
because,
never.
And I just want to say something too, is that we didn't all live happily ever after, you know.
Right.
We had a little family issue this past weekend. I didn't go on Saturday. I had to deal with stuff. It sucks being born in a cult. My kids are not perfect. They've all been through counseling and therapy. One of them a lot less than the others, and I think he's going to go back. Nothing major, but I see signs. I see, you know, there's things that are still we're dealing with from those days, you know. So it's not happily ever after. We all have messes. We all have lives, you know. One day I let everybody know, sorry, I didn't come on. Everybody's like, ooh, you know, and you get scared about everybody doing the welfare checks and stuff. No one's gonna find me in the middle of the
holler, as you call it,
Appalachia. So please don't ever. But the reason is because my doctor called and they said, you have to send out your poop in the Cologuard box.
Oh
And
yeah, I had to do that. Yeah.
I was doing all this stuff and I was just like, I don't have time. I gotta read and blah, blah, blah.
No,
so
you just gotta poop on a stick.
I just went on there and I said,
you just take a little sample and you put that in the thing and boop. Yeah.
No, you just put the stick below your butthole and let it drag through.
That's not how you do it.
Well,
it's a fast way to do it.
They were sending me stuff in the mail. I was getting phone calls. I was getting emails. I was getting texts. And I was like, they made it way more complicated. So I was like, okay, I can't go on today. I got to.
Yeah.
And then, so people were freaking out because, you know, they were doing welfare checks on some of the creators. And I was just like, you know, guys, everybody poops. We're all human. We all do, you know, we got stuff to do. We got to poop in this cup, you know, or whatever, this bowl. Yeah. So it's just, that's just the thing, is that we're all human. We're not, you know, you all are not tigers in the zoo, you know. We need you need allies. You need people that will support you. You don't need more critics. You don't need spectators, you know. No. Ooh, look at Nora in her natural habitat. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. It's bullshit, guys. Yeah. I think and there's so many, 99% of the people are really our supporters. And, you know,
absolutely.
I don't always handle things right. I did go full nuclear. I just, for me, you know, somebody wrote this. I got to find it because it was really funny. Oh, Mary, your chat's really funny, Nora. This is from your chat. I guess she's speaking for me. I am Marilyn.
Yeah.
So go ahead. You can read it.
I am Marilyn. I'm the one who keeps their mouth shut and is the nice one. I think I've only flipped out once, and when I did, everyone was speechless. They knew they crossed a line.
Well, now they're like, "What the fuck's your problem?" Oh, Marilyn. Oh, what's your problem, Marilyn? You know, it's like,
I love it. I love it.
But again, it's kind of like me. I can stay calm through quite a lot. I can honestly do it. I've had a lot of therapy. I can stay calm through a lot of shit. You want to come at me? Come at me. You want to ask me for whatever it is. You want to have a simple conversation. Hey, you want to do a live? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Reach out to me. I will go live. No hold bars. It'll be like the fight that everybody wanted to see. Because trust me, as all of my friends say, when I get mad, you don't know me, son. You don't know me, and I get ridiculous. I go for the jugular.
There's no like this 13 paragraph keyboard warrior guy with no name. His name was Burke. And he's been a real Burke. He's a real Burke, I tell you, man. But he's line by line telling you guys what to do. You're going against the structure. You're going against it. What structure? And then people are saying, oh, the infighting. You know, Denver Steve-O was saying stuff about infighting. And Kelly was like, in what? We're not in anything. We're out. You know, she's like
Harry Potter.
In what? Yes. Like, and that's the point. I mean, that was the whole point of SPTV to begin with, is that like that was what Aaron, and I fought Aaron on this. This is like, I will be full disclosure. When I came into SPTV, I was like, bro, this is a mess. Like, we should have like a schedule of like so-and-so. We should have like a weekly recap and maybe like this. And I was trying to put structure in it. I was trying to make like an actual network. And Aaron's like, no, that's too much work. I don't want to do that. Everybody gets to do their own thing. I don't care who puts the SPTV logo up. They can, whatever.
Anybody can put it up.
Anybody can do it. That's the point. It's no rules. You want to put it up. I don't have to agree with everything you're saying. It just has to be talking about what happened to us. You can be a second gen, you can be a first gen, you can be a whatever. just, if you want to be part of SBTV, put the logo up, talk about it, do your thing, go for it. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Well, but again, there were some unspoken rules, because we found that out pretty quick. Like with Kelly, it's like she's just asking, so I'm just gonna put this up there. What's up with this Gary Armstrong guy? Oh, there's certain people you don't ask questions about certain things. You don't talk about certain things. You don't do anything about certain things.
People get whacked out about Jerry Armstrong. I met him in real life. The man is a little wackadoodles.
Yeah,
and he's one of the only people who successfully sued Scientology. But I met him in real life. Like, here's the deal. Like I said,
she was just asking, but the guy was like, "You don't ask questions unless you have receipts and you know the like." Why would you ask a question if you already know the answer? That's
if you know the answer, you're not asking the fucking question.
No, this isn't a court of law. We're not lawyers. You don't where you don't ask a question that you already know the answer to. Also, we're not in unless we're on a live together and we're going to do like a formal interview. This isn't a formal thing. We just jumped on. We're just chit chatting.
I'm literally wearing a t-shirt.
I mean, the thing for me is
I just rolled out of bed.
Right.
And she's just wearing a bra.
The OG people this Topo Chico is very bubbly, guys. So it's making me have the burps. But the OG people who were speaking out before the internet, before all these things, who, marched around, Tori Chrisman, okay, as an example. She was marching outside the Hollywood Guarantee building all by her lonesome, okay, for years. Okay, Tori Magoo, as she's known online and stuff like that. She was one of the first people to put stuff on YouTube when YouTube was a little itty bitty baby. Right. Yeah. Okay, she was filming stuff with her little flip phone, right? Which is like a little whoop, like filming people and a little grainy shit and taking pictures. And people ran ops on her. But has Mike Rinder talked about the ops that he ran on her when he was the head of OSA? No, he has not. And he did those things as the head of OSA against her. Secondly, you have people, if we go the way back machine, you have Hannah Whittingham, who was on the Apollo with Elron. Okay. She actually captained the Royal Scotsman, the other ship, one of the other ships for Lafayette. Okay. To say that this woman somehow doesn't know what time it is or who Elron is or doesn't know stuff. She's one of the original Class 8s on the planet. Okay. She's been speaking out since the early 80s, since she left the original when the Sea Org was formed. He hand wrote an invitation and gave it to Hannah, a handwritten invitation to come on the adventure with him. She was part of the original Sea Org. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Then you have Jesse, okay, who was part of the original gold base, right? Who built gold. He saw OT8 come to fruition. He saw everything. He was part of the original RTC. He knows all of Jesse Prince. He knows where all the bodies are. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't mess with these people. They know the facts. And then you have Spanky Taylor, who built Celebrity Center from the ground up. Okay. Who got John Travolta in, who was handling all of the big celebrities, Tom, all these people when they came in, built that structure. And for people to be like, well, I don't know about that. Right. I'm sorry. These people, I bow to them. Okay. Mad respect, because they were doing it when it wasn't in their best interest, when they were having their lives threatened on the daily. Okay. And Spank is very similar to you, Marilyn. She, got her own daughter out of the Sea Org. She had her daughter while she was in the Sea Org. She rescued her daughter as well.
Yeah, I
right.
The story.
It's harrowing. I mean, it's like something out of a spy novel,
Yeah, totally.
And then slowly other people like Tori and other people have come out and started speaking out. And then you had the younger, and I put that in quotes now because I'm, turning 48 this year. Second gens who were born in the 70s, 80s to these people like my parents who got in the 70s, started leaving and speaking out. And now we got our parents out and stuff, right? So we have this version of people, and now we have even younger people coming out. And now we have this whole, group of TikTokers that have nothing to do with Scientology, but this guy, William Good, Streets LA, my God, he is fantastic.
Yes.
He just started doing it because he's been up LAPD's butt for years, rightfully so, because they're corrupt, and then discovered their connection to the Church of Scientology and was like, oh, this has just gotten even better, and is now
Now there's hope.
using their connection to Scientology to further his investigation into the cops' corruption. He's not, listen, guys, don't get it twisted. He's going to help get rid of Scientology because the cops are part of the problem.
Yep.
If the cops were not in bed with Scientology, okay, William Good would have never showed up at the test center. Don't get it twisted. Not because he doesn't care about people in cults. He's a fantastic man. He's doing the Lord's work. Okay. But if they weren't in bed with Scientology the way that they are, like just completely in this like devil's entendre, whatever, like this web, he would have never walked over there to start filming them and be there every night. He's dedicated to it because it's a dual purpose now.
Yep.
Every night they call the cops and
Yeah.
they're just there, boom, boom, boom. They don't do that for anybody else in LA.
Right? They don't do that for any other
Unbelievable.
church or
They don't do it for
religion.
any
Unbelievable.
person. They don't do it for any
Yeah.
human being.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even
When they
matter.
just stand around and they spend an hour inside and they're just using all the the taxpayers' funds and they don't pay taxes and they're just standing, like leaning against the cruiser, just saying, "Oh, what do you want? You want to go get some donuts or something?" Like, go do something. This is LA, isn't there crime and stuff?
Yeah, I guarantee
so
you there was
much.
probably a robbery and a shooting and
So much.
all of these ridiculous things. Plus all of they turned Chinatown into a skid row.
It's awful.
So literally you've got people that need help. And Scientology doesn't need help. They need to get
Scientology claims in every place that they go
handcuffs.
to that they've handled it. Like they claimed here in Portland, okay? And for any Portlandiers tuning in tonight, Scientology claimed that they handled and reduced crime to pre-pandemic levels by passing out way to happiness booklets to homeless people here. I want to go into Portland and talk to the homeless and find out. I want to see their copy of Way to Happiness, and I want to find out how it's benefited them, because it's total bullshit.
Yeah.
Because they would give them. I do believe that the church would hand out the Way to Happiness. I don't believe that they would hand out anything else. Not water, not socks, not deodorant, not toothpaste, not toothbrushes,
not a blanket,
not feminine hygiene products, not food,
Yeah,
not
they don't
a
believe in
backpack.
charity because they pulled it in, right?
No, because I can guarantee you one fucking thing. Any homeless person is looked at as a degraded being. They're the bottom of the bottom. They're bottom of the rung. They're not meant to be saved. And if Scientology is going around saying that we donate for them, bullshit. Because your religion is telling you that these people are scum and don't deserve to be saved. Hell, we didn't get food and we were their most dedicated people. It doesn't matter. But yet the degraded beings, what do they do with homeless people that are sleeping outside the HGB or sleeping outside AOLA? They get hosed. No matter how cold it is outside, they get hosed with water that basically is telling them, move somewhere else, go somewhere else.
Can you put that comment up from Mariah?
I'm in the start. Let's go.
Mariah, I'm gonna take you up on that. If you're in Hillsboro, hun. You remember Mariah, Liz?
I'd have to see a face. Unless you're Jamie, I don't remember.
CC. She worked with us at CC.
There was a Mariah I remember, but I see a face.
Yeah.
It's been 20 years, man. My memory is not that good.
Yeah.
Like you've got a memory.
I know. She worked with us at CC. We should go. I'm trying to gather like a group of people to go do like a Portland audit.
I'm down.
To go do it. Yeah. Well, come up here. Bring Carrie. Come up here. Let's do it. I want to.
Well, that is the plan. We can do it at CC. I keep thinking CC Portland.
She just put her post in here. She just put her post in the chat.
This one? Oh, direct. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. What does that mean?
Yeah, that Mariah.
Director
Okay. As
can
soon
you
as I heard
translate,
the
please?
Liz,
This
say
is the
hi.
what's
Director
his
of
name?
Communications,
Okay.
Celebrity Center International.
So
Okay,
she would,
thank you.
guys, that means that Mariah, every piece of mail that came into Celebrity Center, Mariah would have to personally open, read it, make sure it wasn't, bad news bears, or an outside influence for that staff member that got that piece of mail. So if you were like someone's Nana writing them a letter that was like, I miss you so much, blah, blah, blah,
You should come
she would
visit.
send that to ethics first so that they could discuss with you why your Nana is an external influence and why she wants you to come to visit. What's wrong?
Oh my God.
What have you been saying to your
She's your
Nana that
Nana.
is making her think that you are not
Are not
having
having
a
a
good
great
time
time.
here? Suspicious. And then she would also take all of the letters that everyone else had written to patrons and people, come and do the next course, blah 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 blah.
You know how I managed to talk shit? I will tell you honestly how I managed to talk shit about the things going on at CCI. Literally, the post office was directly next door to the Wilcox.
Yep.
And so what we would do, most of us, we would write letters and then walk them across the fucking street ourselves.
Yeah.
And put them in the box to get mailed, and we'd buy stamps just so we could have a conversation. I even got to a point where I wanted to rent a mailbox, and they didn't believe that I lived across the street.
No, because we were so mysterious, they never saw us. We just would leave, and then we would come back.
Be back at 11:30 in the night. 11:30 at night.
But Mariah says she was bad at it. But I want to say this: before Mariah was the director of communication, we had Jasmine Bouchelet. And Jasmine, when you first start out in the C organization, you have to. Oh, good job, Renee, leaving those cards there. I used to, when you first start out at the C organization, you start out as an expediter, which means they just put you wherever help is needed. Yep. And so the first place I got put was in the that department where they're handling all the letters, right? And so the person who was the director of communication at the time, Jasmine Bouchelet, I got some stories about her. She told me that they had this little thing to wet the envelopes because we're still using envelopes, and just we had a franking machine to stamp the things, but sometimes you put regular stamps on, right? But they had a little wand that had a sponge on the end of it that you filled with water, and then you could quickly wet all these envelopes. Jasmine told me that because I was new, okay, I was 18, guys, okay, so I was a stupid teenager, that because I was new, I wasn't hatted on how to use that piece of equipment. And so I had to lick the envelopes by hand with my tongue. Okay. I licked hundreds with an S, 500 or so envelopes. And my tongue became numb from all of the glue, which is toxic, by the way, on these envelopes. Yeah. Meanwhile, Jasmine is cackling and she just thinks this is hilarious. And I'm starting to feel nauseous and stuff. And the Grace comes in. And she is what is going on? And I'm like, well, Jasmine told me I'm not hatted on the thing. So I'm trying to really quickly, she's like, why aren't these letters out? Trying to lick these things. My mouth is dry.
You're
I can't make it work. And
Mariah's like, oh my God.
It was just Grace blew up. Jasmine's mad at me. Jasmine was never not mad at me. When she was stealing money from the outer org trainees, because we would send all of your money is paid to you in cash. So every week an envelope filled with cash would get mailed to Florida to the people who were training in Florida at the Flagland base. So she would steal off the top money that was going to them. And she was buying herself purses and she was buying herself sunglasses and all this stuff. And it was really weird. And so then when she got caught finally, she had to find an SP in her life, of course, because she's PTS. She's a potential trouble source for doing this. Wow. I was the SP. First, she tried to blame me. First, she tried to say I was doing it.
The devil made me do it. You made her do
it.
Yeah.
I was
you had the power.
I mean, let's face it. I am,
exactly.
I am SP, but
I'm a super person too.
I am a super person. I am a super person with super boobies.
CO Belf said envelope glue killed George Constanza's fiance.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the Seinfeld episode. Okay.
Yeah. It is a grifter's
this
paradise.
See,
This is true.
I was fully in a cult during Seinfeld era, all the 90s. So I never saw one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I miss,
you will
I miss
find a lot of
Friends.
grifters.
Oh,
Friends
100%.
was good.
So should we go through
Let's
the
grab
super
some of the
chats,
stars.
guys?
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
go
we're
through,
at
the
yeah,
super
let's go through.
chats.
Okay. So we
Nora, you're
got-
gonna have to read them all.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I can read 'em.
Not a sheeple. Thank you so much for your generous donation here, the super chat. This news is a very disheartening. You three ladies regularly leave me in tears because my mom heart breaks for you hearing your stories. As for Mr. Shelton, he is a pompous ass. Sending hugs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you so very
for doing
much.
that.
Sharona, if you bring it into the
My
light,
Sharona.
it will disinfect them. They will live in their little hellscape with like-minded individuals, and one day they will move on to their next popular YouTube topic. You said
Yeah,
it,
and they
Susan.
will.
You
You
And
said
that's what some of them have been doing is, hopefully they'll move on. And if we need to come out and out more names, please don't make me. Just move on. Move on to another subject. I'm trying to get my dad out. I'm trying to get anybody out that I can get out. And you know what? I'm trying to expose the shit that went on as a kid, as an adult. Well, know what? There was no adulting in there.
No.
There was literally a child. I left when I was 20. Let's be realistic. We were all children in there being tortured. It was such a great, wonderful time. It's the stuff nightmares are made of.
And I will stick up for the second gens all day, every day.
Thank you for that,
So,
Marilyn.
yeah, I will.
Thank you.
Yes,
And we're sticking
thank
up for
you.
you, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes.
Always. Amber
so much.
Vanasse, I probably totally murdered your name. Apologies, Amber. Marilyn, you seem like such a very sweet person. Thanks for sticking up for us second generations.
Always.
Thank you
always,
so very much.
Thank you,
always.
Amber.
I'm here.
Jen Nelson, thank you for your super chat. Okay, my mama bear self is coming out. I'm a never end, but I love and respect all three of you. People better stay in their lane.
That's
with
and
you.
I will say that
I'm with you, Jen.
I'm probably going to make a shirt that's. I know a lot of people are asking for shirts saying Bob Ferris. My first thing, as soon as I can, work it out, I'm literally going to have a shirt that says "Stay in your lane."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta fix my store, guys. I had to give people refunds because my store wasn't working, so I'm fixing it. Don't order things from there. I'm fixing it. So yeah. Lone Dinosaur 13. It took me a second. That is a very cute dog there in your Avi. Y'all were groomed, and I feel like that is what you are fighting to stop, the grooming of other children. Yes, yes, yes,
absolutely.
yes. Honey P.
Absolutely.
Summer Savage. Comment, even though it is up to us to follow who we want, it's nice to know where everyone stands in these situations. Yes.
Yes.
Informed consent.
I love the
yeah.
swish. You're like,
Yes.
there's the dog.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Yeah,
Yes.
informed consent. You want to know where your time, your money, and your support are going to. That's
Yeah.
just
And
the way
I don't begrudge anybody. You want to see everything? That's cool with me. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll show you everything, but
Betsy
Carrie might be
Sue.
mad for me.
I got
showing
it. Betsy Sue. Thank you for your super chat.
Thank you so
Hugs
much.
to all of you, and hugs back to you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna do. I'll do it. It'll come up.
Yeah, I
Inquad.
don't have that fancy stuff.
Inquad quadis. No, I said that so wrong. I apologize.
Mhm.
Don't shut up somebody else, not with sarcasm, not with manipulative or innuendos. You have the right to talk as much as I have or somebody else has.
Yep.
Yes. I don't think we are shutting anyone up. I'm confused about
No,
this comment.
I think it
but
was.
yeah.
I think it was in reference to something we were talking about earlier
Oh,
with
okay.
the sarcasm coming out on people coming out of whatever
Mm.
doldrums of where they're in and just
Yeah.
putting little comments and people.
Oh, I got you. The
people's
biting.
comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And manipulative innuendos and yeah.
Yeah. Got you.
It's happening
Got you.
in the chats. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Brownie Buttons. Thank you for your super chat.
Thank you.
2,080 hours is a year of 40-hour work weeks. Yes. Have you ever thought about sending Scientology a detailed years-long invoice for all the hours you worked? They owe you minimum wage plus interest. A true story. I did that. They kept sending me my
Wow.
freeloader debt. And so I calculated that exact amount of time without any overtime. Just
standard
minimum
pay?
wage, standard pay, just minimum wage. Okay. And then deducted the money they said I owed and then told them what they owed me. And then they stopped sending me my freeloader debt. They didn't like math. So yeah.
Mhm. I want to pop that. I'm going to the bomb. I'm popping this up. What are you doing still awake, young lady? It's like a bajillion o'clock in the UK. Liz, I can help you with merch.
Oh,
Thank
Kelly,
you so
help
much,
me.
Kelly.
Kelly, help me. I'm poor. Help me. I'm poor.
She designed all my merch. She's
Well,
amazing.
let's be realistic. We're all poor. If we were
Yeah.
poor, then we wouldn't sit here and say, help. But at the same time, yes, please help, Kelly. I have the fourth wall. Carrie did set the fourth wall up.
You would have handed it to me. So I went to Target on the way home. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt the comments here. So I went to Target on the way home to get some supplies because my wife was like, "Oh, get snacks and get like whatever else you think you need." So I picked up this. I was like, "Oh, I'll get a thing of mayonnaise." Right. My wife has just come out of the pantry now with the other two mayonnaises that were sitting in the pantry. So guys, I don't might have enough mayonnaise for the rest of the time. Okay.
You might.
It's like that TikTok.
At least it's the good mayonnaise. It's not the stuff that we used to get at CC where you're sitting there and it tastes like sugar. Like I never had mayonnaise taste like sugar.
Real Hellman's, yeah.
What that mayonnaise like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Real Hellman's too.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, put that comment back up.
Okay,
I'm
ready?
so sorry.
That's okay.
All right, Eve May Karina. No, I'm not getting any of these last names. I'm terrible.
Eve May Karine.
Karine. All right. Make sure you take a good look at yourself. Take good care of yourself. Take a good look at yourself. Take good care of yourself.
No, I don't want to.
Marilyn, because this is all very emotional and you need somebody to talk to, your husband or a friend, and get it out of your system. Hugs.
I think we all need to go to a break room or one of those like
smash rooms. Like smash stuff. Yes.
Like I am down to have like a baseball bat in this hand and a crowbar in this hand and just
I guess I gotta learn how to how to chop wood, but I need my digits, so I'm not sure. I'll figure out something in the holler.
Yes.
Take something.
Super Pup, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you, Super Pup.
Marilyn, so love and appreciate you for all you do, including your compassion for others. You are a true mama bear. You are a blessing to the universe. Peace and love.
Thank you.
Yes, you are. Super Pup. It's so nice to see you. I love your puppy.
I know. He's so cute.
Those ears are so cute.
Right? It's the like right there.
Buckled up, Buttercup. I love this. I'm a never-end, long-time Aaron watcher who didn't have the trauma. I just want to hold space and love the folks who have. Thanks for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was kind. That was very, very kind. And and that's why we hold space, is because we want that openness. We want people to come and understand what we're going through, and we also want people to have record of why we're doing certain things. Mm-hmm. But I'd rather people hold space than,
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a
Skipper the geriatric Chihuahua. Thank you for your super sticker.
And Skipper was going to get groceries before the roads freeze over again. Yeah. When's the LA trip? What do you need for a budget? What's the plan?
So we're thinking, are we still thinking the end of February, Liz?
Yeah, so you said the date on the live.
Yeah, so it's now I have to pull up my calendar because I'm old.
24th.
The 24th, right? So the weekend of that, the 24th, we'll be down there. So it'll be Saturday night.
It'll be. The plan is we are going to be fundraising.
You can do it.
Fundraising.
You got it.
And it's going to be Alicia. I don't know if she's still in the chat. It's going to be the amazing Liz Gale, and it's going to be Nora, and it's going to be myself. And we are going down as a family to do this.
And that's right. We are headed down there. It's going to be the ultimate girls trip.
Yep.
We're trying to keep ourselves sane and safe, and
we're going to be we're there for each other, because no matter what. Oh, look who's still here. Hold on.
Oh,
Still
there
here, listening. 3
she is.
badass babes. Um,
Love
oh,
you.
I love your new picture. That's a cute picture.
Oh, love it. Love it. Oh, Skipper also said, hello, Liz. I don't want to fight, but I'll do a live. No fighting. I can't fight, but I'll talk about that poop test.
I'm down to talk about a poop test. Let's always
Everybody
talk about a
poops.
poop test. Like it's a colonoscopy. Sorry, everybody, if my stomach issues. Unfortunately, I do a lot of colonoscopies. I know I no longer qualify to. What did you just type in there? Because it looks
I
like
don't
an
know. It
empty
came up
box.
4 times. I just was trying to put my PayPal and my Venmo in there, and then it went crazy.
Oh, because it's on all. So go to my channel, Liz's channel, and your channel. That's
It
okay.
went everywhere.
That's okay. We got you. Oh, did it actually go? Oh, it did go. Okay.
Oh, Jane Doe. Yes, Carrie will also be coming. She is my support system. Why is there got the cutest puppies? Carrie is absolutely going. This is something that she's looking forward to. She's had to deal with a lot recently, and so we're doing our best. And besides that, Carrie wants to meet the amazing Nora and Liz.
Yes.
And
yes.
Alicia.
We have to all meet up in real life.
Yes. Not just talk on the phone for all of our hours.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm okay with that, though.
Do we have more starred comments, or is that the
There's a
last
couple
one?
more. I just want to address this. There's an SP cruise in September, and I'm putting the email for Chow Yun Smut, who is the what do you call it, travel advisor,
the travel agent
who's organizing it. So I'm putting her email in there, and it's not just for ex-Scientologists. It's not for just SPs. It's it's a Carnival cruise, so anybody can go. But if you want to have like the little group perks and just all get together, no, I think some people from Tommy the Lifeboats channel may be going, and they're not identified as SPTV. It's just a bunch of nice people that want to meet. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it's a great idea to have fun.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got, and Retired Red's going. I want to go meet her. Simply Susan, I'm so ashamed. I sent a comment that I've regretted. Apologize. We didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wouldn't. Don't even think on it.
I think that was from your chat. So, Wild West over there, Nora.
Susan
is because she went titties out. She went into, hey, everybody. Like,
whatever happens in Nora's chat stays in Nora's
jiggle the wiggles.
Right? It's all good. It's all good.
She's looking mighty feminine these days. Does that mean that your amazing wife is looking a little bit more masculine?
Oh, no.
Wearing a t-shirt.
No, my wife
is gonna rough it up. We got to get her to be like all pumped up and be like, what's up?
SP Slumber
Party.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, no. I'm just proving
reaching out to your Femi Fufu side.
I'm not sure what this means. What does this have? I don't
comment when Angel attacked Will. Oh, okay. Angel attacked Will's son and questioned his parenting. They made Will.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're gonna sit there and say that your son died because you were a bad father, fuck you.
No, that's
that parent is already going through hell and will continue going through hell until they get therapy and they get through the treatment that they need to do and the time that needs to pass. Like, if you say something like that to me, there's a part of me that wants to cold cock you. Like, I'm just going to sit there and just hit you with my elbow. I don't know, officer, my elbow slipped and I don't know what happened. Or, you know what? I will just take full responsibility and give you a bitch of a backhand and tell you that you should go lay with your cockroaches and your bunk beds. Like,
yeah.
Go hang out with cockroaches. Did you name them yet? Like, I'm just curious. Did you name all the cockroaches that come and visit you and walk across your face? Or do you get to open windows now? Like, I'm just curious because we had the sliding windows where the glass always looked like it was going to shoot down. So you're more than welcome to give me a jingle. Like, come at me that way. Like, I would love to have a Scientologist tell me that my child died because I was a bad parent. Go ahead. Tell me. And I will gladly let you know about rice and beans are not a meal.
Oh, Liz.
You ladies
Somebody
have
better
lived
hold
it.
me back if that happens, because that's not going to be my reaction. Like,
Yeah, we might
literally,
be on here from prison.
they
We're going to be in a
they
pretty
better hold
orange.
my earrings.
Send bail money.
Yeah, send bail money. As long as you're doing this contribution, because the idea that if any of us that are parents like get said something along those lines, like I would honestly lose my ever loving mind. Like my child died by a drunk driver. Him and his adopted mom were T-boned. You know, there's nothing that I could have done differently, and he had a good life for what he did have. He had an amazing life. And so if they want to tell me something along those lines, then yeah, I'm going to need bail money. I'm going to need bail money, and I'm going to let people know.
Yeah.
Close be calling. I mean, there's Instagram and YouTube in Princeton.
Right?
Yeah.
How did they get Instagram and they've got millions of followers? Do you not know what they've done? I'm just saying, make sure that you know what their sheet says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ladies mind if I put this up?
You
First
can
time
put up whatever you
commenter.
want.
First
Yes.
time commenter here. I wanted to say thank you, Marilyn, when you held space for days but not confused. It meant the world to so many. I appreciate that because Doug, you know, love him or hate him, you know, like him or leave him, he did what he thought was best. He called a lot of the shit we're talking about right now with certain people. You know, he wasn't always right, but I tell you, he just was true to himself. Never cared about the
100%.
money. Never cared about anything. He was one of the very few creators that actually asked me to tell my story, and he listened. And Kelly made this little coping thing for us, and I just want to put it up if you guys don't mind. It's the Xenu Marlene overlay. And whenever I was feeling, Marlene was my cult leader. So whenever I was feeling stressed, you know, talking about the trauma and the death and the abuse and everything, he's like, let's do a Xenu Marlene. So whenever anybody would say it, you know, you can hold water, cake, donuts, whatever, you know, like just whatever you're. So here's to Doug. Thank you, Doug. And we're going to continue to work.
Cheers.
Yes,
to Doug.
we love you, Doug. Yeah, he was a true warrior.
Yeah,
He would have a lot to say. He would have a lot to say about what's going on here. And you know, I just want to continue the work. This Ask an SP thing, we started this together, you know, looking at the different things like NLP, hypnosis, and the different language and the comparison to cults, because many of us who are watchers were in something, whether it was abusive relationship. It is like Liz always says, same snake oil, different package. So we're all here with you, and we relate to you. So
yeah,
we
and
love
I can promise, Doug right now is not sitting with Xenu. Like, no.
No.
He's probably going, I knew this was all bullshit. I knew it. I told you it was bullshit.
He knew it. Yes. Yeah. He said he didn't even know he had a reactive mind or body thetans until LRH crap told him, you know. And
right, exactly.
And you have to sit there and pretend like
He's
it's the most amazing thing that you've ever done or gone across or whatever. But, you know, I will tell you, as, you know, from a Pat kid, and I know that Nora grew up as a staff kid, correct?
Partially, yeah.
So honestly, for us, if we were going to ask an SP, what was it like for us being a kid? Honestly,
I still want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
I want to do one about like the whole concept of adults in kids' bodies, and then adults acting like kids in adult bodies, as far as that, what do they call it? Infantilize.
Yes.
We used to have to do that shit. I mean, we didn't play with clay and scream at ashtrays, but we did other crazy shit that was like,
hey, we screamed at Clay too. Don't worry. Clay didn't get away with not being yelled at. I promise, because I know that I yelled at Clay like.
Well, we yelled at an invisible devil. We're like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I plead the blood of Jesus over my mind. And, you know, Satan, be gone. Get behind me. And I'm like, what the fuck who am I talking to? You know?
Yeah.
Talking to my crocheted penis here.
Yeah.
Where's our rainbow penises? I'm just saying, I got a Pokemon penis.
The feet are taking forever. I got to do 8 of these feet. So we're working on them.
Look at that. Look at that head.
This is
it is a rainbow head.
Rodney's husband.
That I'm telling you, that cut is that.
You gotta stick them on the plane because you can like rest your head on a seat.
Dude, I want to get in a sword fight. Screw that. I want to get in a sword fight.
No, he hurts. Ow, it hurts.
Thus, my path
May
to
the gay be with
lesbianism.
you. I will knight thee gay. Knight thee gay.
Oh my God. All right.
Charlie,
One more
come here.
super chat. One more super
One more
chat
super
here.
chat. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Charlie, come
Yes.
here.
2 hours.
Come
we're
here,
going
baby
on.
girl.
Ian
Come here.
Casillas. I love
Yep.
you ladies. I think I might have to drive over the hill from Hollister to wave a sign at your guys on Highway 5 and bring you some more snacks and drinks for the trip. Thank you so much. That was so nice of you to do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Was this she brought you
It
snacks?
absolutely was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because that
Thank
water
you.
was desperately needed, and so were the snacks. I was dying. I was to a point where I was not moving from where my feet were, and although that was definitely that Celebrity Center was a protest, this is going to be a little different because it's not just a protest. It's literally Changyang Smut is in the chat.
Oh, there she is.
It's literally going to be using the law and standing up for the law, saying what really happened in there, and that the fact that the cops are still defending Scientology, even though we're coming here saying, look, this is what happened. No statute of limitations for locking someone in a room. I promise. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's going to be nuts. All right, guys. We're
All
going
right.
to go. We will see
Yes.
you next time. We love you, Marilyn.
We love
Thank
you
you
so
so
much. And
All
we'll
right.
stand in front of
Love you
you any
I'm going to
day.
do it one last time. Here comes the hearts for everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.